This can be a shocking and unexpected turn of events for those who thought they could get away with their misconduct. In this context, the reactions of dirty cops to unexpected prison sentences can be both fascinating and disturbing. It raises questions about police accountability, the justice system, and the consequences of abuse of power. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at dirty cops reacting to unexpected prison sentences. Yeah, you heard it right. Meet Zachary Wester. Meet Zachary Wester, a former deputy for North Florida who has recently been convicted of numerous charges, including planting drugs on innocent drivers during routine traffic stops. This 30-year-old officer engaged in about 67 counts of racketeering, official gross misconduct, false imprisonment, and possession of controlled substances. Sadly, what started as minor traffic violations quickly spiraled into false drug charges, which left many innocent people in jail and their lives ruined. One of Wester's victims, Teresa Odom, said that her life was destroyed due to his actions. The prosecution used Wester's body cam footage and other evidence, such as a secret stash of ready-to-plant drugs in the trunk of his patrol car, to prove his guilt. According to the prosecution, Wester's motive was to advance his career and move up the ranks of the narcotics division. However, Wester vehemently denied any involvement in planting drugs in his victims' cars. During the trial, the prosecution presented evidence that showed Wester palming a bag and later placing it in Odom's purse, which he later pretended to find. Wester received a sentence of 12 years and 6 months in prison, and since he had already spent 58 days in jail, those days will count towards his sentencing. He'll be transferred to a state prison to serve his sentence for the rest of his time. Lisette Gonzalez. After the one-day trial of 46-year-old Lisette Gonzalez in Seminole County Court, she was found guilty of driving under the influence by the jury. However, her attorney made a final plea to the judge, stating that she was not given a breathalyzer or had her blood drawn, despite the arresting officer reporting that she tested above the limit. The attorney requested that the judge overturn the verdict and acquit the defendant. In an unusual move, the judge granted the motion and dismissed the charge, granting the defendant a judgment of acquittal. The prosecutor argued that the officer's testimony was uncontroverted, but the judge disagreed, citing inconsistencies in the officer's testimony and lack of probable cause for the arrest. The judge corrected the motion of judgment for acquittal and declined to provide a written order, and the defendant walked out of the courtroom free of all charges. Waverly, Ohio. Charlie Reeder, the former Pike County Sheriff, was arraigned at the Pike County Courthouse on multiple felony charges, including 2 counts of theft in office and tampering with evidence. He was accused of using money from drug busts to fuel his gambling addiction with a reported sum of $5,000. During his trial, Reeder claimed that he used the money to help the community, but the judge was unconvinced. Prior to his sentencing, Reeder gave an emotional speech admitting to his actions and asking the judge not to send him to prison. However, the judge questioned Reeder's intentions and asked why he took the money if it didn't match the denominations reported at the crime scene. As part of his plea, Reeder was banned from working for any public office in Ohio and was sentenced to a total of 6.5 years, but due to concurrent counts, he will only serve 3 years in prison. Norman Raja. Police officer Norman Raja has been convicted of 2 counts of manslaughter by culpable negligence and attempted first-degree murder with a firearm at Palm Beach County Courthouse in West Palm Beach. Raja was arrested in connection with the fatal shooting of Corey Jones, a 31-year-old musician and housing inspector who was waiting for help on the highway after his car broke down. The killing of Jones, a well-loved member of the community, drew widespread media attention as one of the many instances of police brutality against black men. Family and friends of Jones spoke out against the brutality and expressed their heartbreak over his death. During the trial, prosecutors established that Raja was on duty in plain clothes on August 18, 2015, when he approached Jones's vehicle, which he thought had been abandoned. After a short exchange with Jones, who was waiting for roadside assistance, Raja fired 6 shots at him, striking him 3 times as he fled. Raja claimed that Jones had pointed a legally purchased handgun at him, but prosecutors disputed this claim. The judge acknowledged the heartbreak caused by the case and sentenced Raja to 25 years on each of the 2 charges, to be served concurrently. Michael Dotro. Michael Dotro, a former police officer in Edison, was found to have maliciously plotted revenge against fellow officers who he believed had crossed him during his time in duty. He was arrested for burning down his supervisor's home and faced multiple charges, including attempted murder, aggravated arson, official misconduct, conspiracy to tamper with a witness, and a conspiracy to retaliate. The attempted murder and arson charges were a result of Dotro igniting his supervisor's home with gasoline-filled jugs in May of 2013, while his supervisor and family were inside. Although the house sustained significant damage, thankfully no one was hurt. During his trial, Dotro remained silent while the judge expressed his disdain for individuals like Dotro who cause victims to fear coming forward and being part of the criminal justice system. Dotro had also faced other legal issues, including official misconduct for sharing police records with his wife and pleading guilty to conspiracy for seeking revenge against a North Brunswick police officer. It is clear that Dotro is not one to leave vengeance to the Lord, as he actively sought it out for himself. As a result of his actions, Dotro was sentenced to a total of 20 years for attempted murder, 10 years for aggravated arson, 10 years for official misconduct, 5 years for conspiracy to tamper with a witness, and 18 months for conspiracy to retaliate. All of his prison terms will run concurrently. So that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so that you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section down below. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next video.